Hey, what's up, guys? Bloody Jacob here to give you some of my thoughts on Zack Snyder's Justice League. The Snyder Cut is finally here.
Bloody Jacob.
Bloody Jacob here, meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel here.
And in terms of a plan, we fight.
This sexy, awesome, exclusive content.
So yes, I did turn on HBO Max today. I've had it for the past couple months or so, and yeah, I got the family together. Fiance. Also, my dad wanted to watch it. My mom. We got together. Some fried chicken. Yeah, some other things. And sat around for 4 hours, 2 minutes and 40 seconds, I think it is, to finally watch the proper version of this film. Of course, the original version, or the first theatrically released version, came out back in 2017. And while I pulled some good out of that one, I really did not care for it. Just kind of too much misplaced humor, and you could tell it just kind of lacked a lot of the intended content of it. And right from the get-go, I was on board, with seeing Zack Snyder's original version after how much, Warner Brothers screwed him over, as well as Ben Affleck, from doing his Batman movie. I've been anticipating this for years now with everyone else. And my expectations were met. I am very, very happy to say that the Snyder Cut is well worth the time. I thought it's a very good film, fantastic actually. It doesn't have to be about comparing to Marvel and everything, and there are definitely some notes, that the MCU achieved, with Infinity War and Endgame for payoffs and everything. But overall, I do think at a deeper level, I do hold at least Zack Snyder's Justice League in even higher regard. Everything about this version is better than the original Justice League. So much more characterization added. I didn't really care for Cyborg and the Flash in the 2017 Joss Whedon film, but they fleshed both of them out a lot more here, and I actually do like both of their portrayals now. Each character gets more time to breathe, and it's not even just that either. The action sequences have been adjusted. I think they're far better. Visually, it's been tuned to more of Zack Snyder's aesthetic that you can recognize. There's just so much dimension in the visuals. Well, you can tell there's some CG that could use maybe a tad more polishing up here and there. It overall looks just stunning. There's so much dimension to everything. The coloring is a lot more interesting to look at. It's not just kind of like in the finale, for example. It's not just like a bunch of reds and browns. It's everything really. Steppenwolf's design is improved. We get more of a look at his side of things and his motivation. Everything just kind of fills out the plot a little bit. Whole sequences that weren't in the previous version are here. Yes, we obviously do get Darkseid, and he is just fucking awesome. Kind of like the DC's Thanos, except scarier, I think. And that's a damn shame that we're not going to get to see the rest of this story here. And yeah, even as gratified and satisfied as I am to finally be able to see this, it still hurts all the more, again, to know we're not going to get the follow-up to this and see, the full story to what he had planned here with these films. But still, I'm very happy to finally have the correct version of this film. It really was incredible. We also get a couple surprise appearances, at least a certain general revealing his true nature. I can say that much. I'm not going to give any direct spoilers here. I mean, the only reason I talk about Darkseid is because he's been pretty heavily promoted for the film at this point. But CG for him is great, by the way. I think it looks very good. The whole Themyscira, or not even Themyscira, but the battle with Darkseid in the past, that whole sequence is really cool. And again, that's something that was in the trailers. And it's just, oh, man, it's hard to describe. It really wasn't that hard of a watch either. I mean, I've been looking forward to it for years, but I was still a little bit worried. Okay, sitting down for 4 hours of anything is kind of a big ask, right? And well, if this was released initially, it probably wouldn't have been 4 hours. It probably would have been more like 2.5 to even like 3 hours or so. 4 hours is a bit much. I could have seen it being maybe 3 hours and probably being fine. But it didn't really drag out too much for me at all, really. I mean, they sort of have broken up into 6 chapters and an epilogue. It doesn't like pause it, or there's no commercials or anything, but it sort of gives you the kind of title cards, for each chapter. And it kind of helps, like, mentally at least, break it up for you nicely. Okay, this is chapter 2 and we need to get chapter 6 and everything. So it kind of makes it easier to digest for some people on some level, I think. Superman himself, of course, again, we've seen some previews, so I'm not spoiling anything. We get black suit Superman, and that looks really good. We get more of that Man of Steel music that I fucking love, heard again in this movie a lot. We get more of a look at Lois Lane and everything. We get more Diane Lane as Martha Kent. It just really made for an extremely well-rounded movie that I think is probably the best comic book team-up movie ever. I'm just going to say it. Even though it really hurts my heart that we're not going to see the rest of Ben Affleck's Batman's arc. Ben Affleck has been my favorite movie actor for years now, since the early 2000s. So it really hurts that we're not going to see the full payoff of that, or his Batman movie or anything. But I've now definitely have seen enough of his Batman Bruce Wayne to say that he's definitely my favorite on-screen Batman ever. Gal Gadot is still very good. Jason Momoa he gets to be taken a lot more seriously in this. I could go on and on. It's just a very good watch. Just a lot more time to spend with the characters, and just really kind of pads out what wasn't there in pretty organic ways. We also get a little more of Alfred in this as well, as another look at J.K. Simmons, Commissioner Gordon. I could go on, and even that we get an appearance from him, and it's a very, very interesting scene too, alluding to that possible nightmare world and everything. So yeah, it's well worth the 4 hours. You gotta at least watch it once. I hope somehow it comes out on Blu-ray or something, which I know is rare for like a movie released on streaming, but they gotta realize people would want to own it too. So here's to hoping. But either way, I'm so happy this finally came out, and it means a great deal. Hey, the release the Snyder Cut movement worked, and here we are. Zack Snyder, great director. Everything's just so much more well shot, more dynamically shot. Like I said, from the action to even just like a simple scene-to-scene stuff. I really enjoyed, if not loved, 300. Watchmen is one of my favorite films. I love Man of Steel, another one of my favorite comic book films. I really liked Batman v Superman. I even loved the ultimate cut of that. And now I loved Zack Snyder's Justice League. So I can't wait to see Army of the Dead this summer, I think it is. And maybe there's a slim chance they'll give Snyder reigns again, and maybe we'll get to see follow-ups, but I'm not counting on it. And either way, I'm just glad to finally, like I said, have the correct version of this film at the very least. At least restores that part of it. So yeah, if I had to rate it, I'd give it like a, it's not, sure, it's not like, oh my god, 100% perfect, nothing is, but I'm giving it like a 94%, 95%, 9.4, 9.5 out of 10. I think it was that good. Strong acting from everyone. And really stay around for every scene in the epilogue. But yeah, and Batman, he's not like a one-liner machine. It feels like a more natural transition for how his story's been so far. So yeah, you guys thought about it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.